G'day, I'm Pete Techman Coman here at Infocomm 2024 in Las Vegas, and I'm on the Lightware stand, and I'm joined by Matthew Cook from Lightware. G'day, Matt, how you doing?
I'm well, how are you?
Very well, very well. Now, Matt, there's one product that I've been looking forward to at this show, and that is this brand new, soon to be released,
Yes.
3x3 Taurus UCX receiver.
Yes, absolutely. It's something that was much anticipated. Obviously, very exciting news to have because it's something our customers have been wanting since the TPX line was introduced.
Absolutely, and even really since the UCX was released. The
True.
original UCX, it came out and it was like, okay, look, we got this box, and it's like, okay, one thing that's missing is extension.
Absolutely.
Really, and then we had to put multiple boxes on. We had
Absolutely.
to come out of an output, had to put a transmitter in and a receiver in. So you've already got what I call the Gen 1 product, which is on the other side of the wall here, right? So it's the single output receiver.
Correct.
But we all know that a lot of organizations like to put their sources actually behind the display.
Yeah.
So with the Gen 1, that's great from getting from the table to the display,
Yes.
but if we've got sources behind the display,
Exactly.
I have to put
so you
more
can see why
boxes
there
in.
was a desire
So
for
there's
it.
a huge need for this box.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
So tell us a bit more about the capabilities of this box over the Gen 1.
I would love to. So it still is the same feature. SDVoE is the connection piece from the transmit to receive.
And that's just to be clear, that's a point-to-point
Correct.
SDVoE, not a full-blown SDVoE.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, 1 gig connection.
Yes. Right.
Cat 6A or 7 is what's suggested
Yes.
on that.
Yep.
100 meters, 330 feet,
Yep.
right about there. So what this is doing and why our customers and ourselves were wanting something like this is much like you said, the MTR, the in-room PC, everything like that in the Gen 1 setup would need to be underneath the table,
Yes.
and which is fine because we were doing something most weren't doing, still providing extension
Correct.
with USB host switching.
Yep.
But with this, everything can go behind the panel and be nice and tight, still with that same SDVoE, but we're also introducing with this the ingest, but then also you're still having your USB hubs on either side.
Yes.
So when you have your BYOD setup plugged in with USB-C, you're able to actually access both sides of this,
Right.
and you have your choice.
Right, so we've got, this is a 4-in, 2-out, is it, for the transmitter?
Correct.
4-in, 2-out, so we've got 2 USB-Cs on there and 2 HDMI.
Yep.
And the HDMI is also supported with like local USB connections as well, so
Yeah.
if you wanted to hook up more, like obviously the USB-C is really what everyone's using
The all-in-one
these days.
cable, but for the legacy devices,
Yeah.
you know, something like that, we're still accessing, it's still accessible by USB-B port with paired with the HDMI.
Okay, so the user, so the way, like I specify a lot of these products, so I think it's a really, really good in-room solution. So you have this box here is under the table. You've got typically how we're designing is we have 2 USB-C cables connected to it for user connectivity.
Yes,
so they're then able to plug in one cable, they're getting 100 watts of power.
100 watts of power. So the box is capable of doing up to 120 watts of power, and that's user assignable.
Yes.
Be first in, last out, or on Lightware device control, you use 60-60, 20-10, whatever your heart desires you can do. But yes, you are correct, up to 100 watts of power over a single USB-C cable. Also on that same cable, data, audio, video, and Ethernet should, your IT or, the end user decide they want to do something like that.
And so all of that is all mixed in together here.
It is.
Right? And we're coming out of the box with this one cable.
Correct.
Going over to the receiver here. And then we have the opportunity to actually add more sources at this end.
You do. Wow. We like options here.
Yes. Well, you're getting a lot of that. It's a lot of options. I think you're covering nearly every single base there with this solution.
Yeah, and to extend it even further, coming out of this with the ingest is the Logi tap.
Right.
And so this is going to be running your MTR and basically second page experience to do source selection, room control, all taken care of by LoRa, which is our Lightware advanced room automation.
That's what I was going to ask. So you've got LoRa built into it, right? And so tell us a little bit more about LoRa. It's a kind of a control kind of platform.
So it's our proprietary control, but it's completely, much like everything else we do, completely open API.
Right.
It's a JavaScript-based control, so it's it's one of the more popular scripting languages. We have pre-built modules that we have for most QSC plugin as well. It's something that's ever evolving, as you can see this year with HP Poly, Logi, all of our partners, and of course Cisco.
Right, and it's, from what I've seen, it's bar is pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. Like
what you see is what you get.
It's not a scripting language. It's not, you're not writing
Very much
code,
so.
right? It's kind of select your...
You have the option if you should want to, but it's more so a selection of it, and it's a dumbed down version of a really actually advanced automation system.
Yeah, and so it's kind of if this then that kind of scenario sort of built into it. So so anyone can program it, really.
Yeah, and so and you access with the IP control, obviously GPIO, RS-232, so all of the native languages.
Right, and I noticed there's a lot of network connectivity on here.
Yeah.
Why so much connectivity?
Going back to we like giving options.
Right.
You know, we rely on over-engineering something rather than under-engineering something. Right. So 3 Ethernet ports on here. So you imagine a corporate LAN, a guest network, and then IP control. But those are also you could not use them, or you could also use them for IP control, or just do a corporate LAN. It's really to your heart's desire. Options.
Yeah. Okay. And so I can bring in things like an IP occupancy sensor or things like that. Put it in there.
IP occupancy sensor, but we also have a native occupancy sensor port on here as well.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I noticed here that obviously it looks like you play well with others. So you've got a Sennheiser bar here.
Yep. Sennheiser all in one.
And so, what happens here if we connect the USB?
So basically, imagine a user coming in and connecting once again the single USB-C cable that we were talking about that provides the power and all the peripherals. We plug in, and so what we were seeing right here was the in-room PC, was what was on here.
Yes.
Auto switch, as you just saw right here, and now we are sharing, and we also have access via the BYOD to all the peripherals in the room.
Right. So it picks up the Sennheiser soundbar there.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you're seeing here is the Sennheiser bar immediately right there, and so it's accessible as a source over that single USB-C. It's doing the handshake, and we're doing the pass-through, and you have all the in-room peripherals available to you as you come in with your own device.
Wow. This is awesome. As said, I mean, I thought the UCX was great when it first came out years ago, and you guys just continue to improve and evolve the product and make it better and better all the time.
It's exciting, yes.
And is this available right now?
It's available in the next few weeks. Yes. So it's not next quarter, anything like that. We're looking at a July ETA for this.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that release because I think this solves a lot of problems, and I know with a lot of your products, if not all your products solve a lot of problems.
We try.
Yeah, no, I think this is fantastic. And if people want to know more about the product, obviously they can come down to the stand. If they're at Infocomm, they can hit you up. You know all about this product, but where else can they go?
Our website. So it's www.lightware.com, one single word. And this would be under the Taurus section of the products, and it's going to be on the TPX line.
Okay, and one thing just on that website, what I noticed is there's a lot of real good system diagrams on there that give you a really good overview of what's possible with this solution.
Yeah, and I think it goes back to the options and then the detail, and there's quite a few engineers that like to do the white papers and the details. We definitely don't want to leave our users questioning how, what, where, when, and why with things, so we'd rather document.
And you guys have got great support in the US as well,
Absolutely,
right?
Based out of Lake Orion, Michigan.
Yes. Fantastic. Well, Matthew, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. If you're at Infocomm, get down to the Lightware stand in the Central Hall or hit them up at lightware.com.